Hey folks, welcome back. We are looking at NQ week 2 of 2026, and this is gonna be a study about the non-farm payroll week with some insights on when to trade, when to avoid trading, and what other specialties to have in mind. I've been sick this whole week, so excuse my voice. I still wanted to record this video to keep you updated, so sorry for that. But now let's get into it. So if we take a look at the economic calendar, we can see that there is non-farm payroll on Friday 8:30, and the NFP event is one of the big three besides CPI and FOMC. These three events are manipulation events where an outside hand is interfering in the market, causing a large amount of consolidations and manipulations. There are certain protocols around these events, which I will share with you right now. Okay, let's start with the rules of non-farm payroll, NFP. For the NFP profile, we expect Monday to be the best trading day of the week. Price can be traded until Wednesday lunch. Afterwards, we want to avoid price action until the NFP release has actually happened. And that is because there's a lot of consolidation ahead of NFP, and only after the news have been released, sell side or buy side liquidity will be taken out, and then it targets the other side of the marketplace. All of this is represented in the chart you see here. We see relative clear price action until Wednesday 11 AM. Afterwards, price goes into a certain amount of consolidation, and on Friday after the NFP release, we see price moves freely again, seeking liquidity and respecting PD arrays like the fair value gap. Okay, this is Monday, the London kill zone. As an example to show how price can be traded on Mondays, we see a drop below the sell side liquidity of Asia. It is a liquidity sweep, followed by a displacement with an inefficiency. It comes back to touch the overlapping gap and order block. Then it respects the breaker blocks by closing above it and not below the mean threshold. And afterwards we have an aggressive move to seek the buy side liquidity above price. Then this is the 50-minute chart here. There is the sell side liquidity rate we just talked about. Price then leaves a 50-minute fair value gap, and finally it goes all the way up to the last order block created before the downwards move. And as you can see, there are even more setups. I just focused on the London kill zone, but you should do the other setups in your study, and I want to kind of give you a nudge towards 8 AM or 8:15. I'm sure you will see more setups there, and it will satisfy your personal studies and personal development. Alright, next up we have the 50-minute charts here. This is pre-NFP and we don't want to trade it. Like I said, there's a lot of consolidations and PD arrays like fair value gaps are not filled or respected. Price runs suddenly, which overall confirms that this is not a high probability condition. This is exactly the price action that you need to avoid. It ruins accounts and destroys your mindset. It also displays beautifully why you should always consider the economic calendar. It's like a field guide for the upcoming week and to know when manipulation is going to enter the marketplace. Especially Thursdays and Fridays ahead of NFP, we see large accumulations and consolidations. I marked them out here in the white boxes, so please be mindful of that. So then finally we have Friday, the day of NFP. We see the NFP release at 8:30 here, but we also know that there's other news at 10 AM. So we wait for that until we see new clear price action, and then a certain pattern reoccurs with price raiding sell side liquidity, displacing, reclaims this fair value gap, respects the breaker block, and holds the level of the non-farm payroll sell side liquidity as well as the non-farm payroll open. Price then shoots up to the buy side liquidity, fulfilling the program, and as well as in the London kill zone there's more setups afterwards, but I encourage you to do that in your own studies. Alright, that's my summary of the second week of 2026, non-farm payroll week. I hope I could show you why it's so important to treat this week differently than usual trading weeks. We should be very mindful about the level of manipulation that enters the marketplace. And if you've liked the content and the insights, please let me know with a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date. I know it's a pretty small channel, but I still put in a lot of information here, and I'm sure that you will enjoy the content that I will produce in the future as well. Please be well and safe, and I will see you in the next video.